Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Hey there, Bob.
Oi, Joy. How's life down under?
I would not know. I cannot do an Australian accent like you can.
Oh, that wasn't
you
what
do-
I meant.
Ah. I gotcha.
Uh-huh. What were you gonna say?
I can't speak.
Oh my god, witchcraft is working.
Is that one of your dreams? You're like trying to take my voice away?
I'm trying to take everyone's voice away, so...
It just feels like a full-on aggression, which is not today's topic.
No, because a full-on aggression is not allowed today.
No.
We only want your microaggressions.
Which is so much better.
Like micro machines.
Mm-hmm.
They're tiny.
Okay.
There's thousands of them.
So many.
You don't really want to collect them all, but you get them anyway.
You know what? And this is an unfortunate thing. I don't know if you would agree with this statement, but I feel like at a certain point, if you're the kind of person who experiences microaggressions, you just get to where you don't even notice all of them because you have to be able to live.
Right. Yeah, you can't be like just thinking about it all the time.
No. So, yeah, I guess this week we're talking about microaggressions.
Yay.
It's almost like we tried to do that. We got to work on our syncing.
if we're going to be twins, we need to work on that.
We'll practice it later.
We'll practice it later.
That's, yeah.
So, have you had any microaggressions this week?
Ooh, this particular week. See, we didn't talk about that. We were just going to talk about our favorite. Favorite.
Maybe talking about favorites or one-hit wonders or the hits that keep on the golden oldies. The hits that keep on coming.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go first while I marinate.
So this week in my microaggressions,
mm-hmm.
I have one that I don't think a lot of people talk about, and it is when referring to a gay person and not being able to say gay in whatever situation it is, but referring to them as artsy.
Yeah, which when you said, I was like, really? People are out here doing... I guess... Here's the other thing about microaggressions, because I could take a quick side. You get used to the microaggressions that you experience as a person,
but
and
you're
then
not
you
aware.
Forget the other aggressions that other people. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so because you yourself may be doing those other microaggressions to some other group of people because you don't know.
I suppose that could be
because you're focused on yours.
Yeah.
That happens
a lot.
I hope
that you're not doing that, but
me,
I suppose that's possible.
Always microaggression.
I meant the general you.
The listeners. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, no, artsy's not even one that I would think like.
Well, here's the thing.
It's 2019.
It's 2019, so it was in reference to the way that I look.
Right.
At work, and I mean. As a person who knows other artists, who may look artsy,
right?
Like I'm wearing khakis,
right?
A plaid shirt to work.
Let's say button down, yeah.
Button down shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Not artsy.
No.
So the only other reason you could be artsy, is if you're gay. People used to say that a lot when I was younger. Like people would say, like when I would come out, people was like, "Oh, well, or they'd find out I was gay, or I'd finally say something about being gay. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just always thought you were artsy."
Okay, this is gonna be one of those episodes I can tell where I just get like the laughter at like the stupid things that come out of people's mouths because they live in their head.
They live in their head. I mean, that's
These
the thing is,
live in someone's head and then they come right out the mouth.
But it's like, what else would maybe when I was younger and I would dress in all black or have like a shaved head or have fuchsia hair color and whatever, maybe. But I think now today,
I don't even think of artsy. I don't know that I've ever thought of somebody as artsy in the last 20 plus years. Now I have thought of somebody who's like going for like the misunderstood artist look.
Oh, so that's the person who wears all black but wears Birkenstocks?
Well, yeah, like it's more of like it's not even just a look, it's like the attitude that goes along with it, right? It's like
Oh,
that sense of somebody who's like usually like all black or like very avant-garde type of like
blunt bangs, a blunt cut.
like I'm dressing as if I live in New York. Meanwhile, I live in a small town,
Population
Midwest.
of 200 people.
Yeah,
I get
USA.
it. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And I've got all these actions and things like I'm very European. You know what I mean? Like
No,
you just don't
yeah.
understand me because
It's if you want an artsy lifestyle and you actually want to lead an artsy lifestyle and have people call you artsy, just delve into any kind of European country and bring back something that they were doing 20 years ago that we haven't done here and go
And
with
you
that
too
in your
can be
fashion.
artsy.
Yeah. I mean, now they're like bringing back all those clear clothing again. So maybe clear clothing is your artsy outlook. Maybe a peasant top from the early 2000s with some clear plastic Gadzooks jacket.
Stop it. You did not say Gadzooks. Okay.
Oh, Gadzooks. Anyway, so that was that's one that like I mean it comes up every now and then, but like
Oh my god.
cuz you can't call me gay. Your hair looks gay.
No, that won't work.
Plus, my hair is on trend. Let's just talk about that for a second. I'm going into 3-inch root city. Like everyone's doing this.
I was like, here we go, digressing from microaggressions, just to your
To
hair.
my aggression.
Yeah, to your regular aggressions.
Yeah, about myself.
But hair is a popular microaggression. I would say that it's not happened this week.
No.
But it's definitely happened many a time in my life where it's like, here's a good scenario. Oh, well, we have that special seminar tomorrow, so yeah, how do you think you're gonna do your hair for that? That's a good one because it's like saying it while my hair is done.
Right.
It's just done the way that it comes out of my head.
Right.
But like, oh, have you given thought to what you're gonna do? Like,
are you gonna flat iron your hair and go total European?
Right.
Maybe by tomorrow you could slap in some extensions, some box braids. You don't want box braids, no.
Maybe you could straighten it and then curl it. You know what I mean? But like acceptable curl.
Right, like black girl curl, like where you flat iron it first.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
And then you curl
it under. Yeah, not
curling
pattern.
Yeah,
not a 3A curl pattern.
No,
We're not doing that.
No, it can happen every now and then in your hair, but it's not really good for your hair to be curling like that.
No, I mean that's a lot of heat.
That's
a lot of heat. But that is a favorite microaggression. I mean, it's an all-out aggression for a lot of kids. Even today in school.
Yeah. Being
sent home.
Right, you can't have an afro.
Wearing protective styles, wearing natural styles.
Yes, so like you don't know as a black person what hair you should wear for wherever you work or whatever, because someone's gonna say something. Someone has a different opinion either way.
Absolutely.
White people not so much. All they need you to do is brush it.
Oh, that's it.
I think.
So that's hair is an often microaggression. Are there any others that happen to you on a regular basis?
Not any that I don't cause myself.
I need you to explain that statement.
Talking badly about gay people or
okay.
Those types of things that I with friends will joke about and stuff like that. I mean, I have had people talk to me in drag speak at the workplace. Like, okay, girl, whatever. Like,
like just assume and don't know you like that.
I mean, that's the thing is,
because you don't talk like that.
No.
So that's why I'm saying it that way.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
obviously making assumptions because I've never spoken with you.
Right. So, like everybody who listens to this podcast, this is how I normally talk.
Right.
Kind of like I lived in multiple different areas and don't really have a great accent. I kind of sound illiterate and
I
a
don't know that I'd go
little
that far.
drawn out,
Right.
a little valley girl.
I don't know if I get the Valley Girl.
Maybe not valley girl, more like valley
To me,
bro.
the sound of your voice is always very
Angelic.
no, incorrect. It just at least 30 degrees of I'm over you, what we're talking about, being here, all the above.
So, beyond the valley girl, because the valley girl sounds like she doesn't understand what's going on.
Mhm.
I clearly understand and I'm over it.
There it is. That's the one.
So it's the beyond the valley of the dolls accent, if for those movie fans out there. So yeah, just like
The idea of somebody even doing that in person. Because I'm trying to think of the equivalent as you're talking. I'm like,
right.
I don't know the last time I don't know any time really at work where somebody tried to be like, girl, or okay. Like, nobody, thank God nobody's really tried that one with me.
Well, in the
I've gotten after speaking to me on the phone, wow, I mean, you speak so well on the phone. Really? Like, I don't even know what to do with that information.
And then at that point, you don't know if they're talking about the fact that you might be Puerto Rican or that you're black. Like, you don't even know where.
Here in Central Illinois, I always know what people know it's black.
It's black. It's true. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never word up, homie, yo, 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 yo. Like, I mean, and that's very dated anyway. That's totally 91. But
wow.
I've never gone into, I don't know.
I think I would freeze in time legitimately if somebody at work came up, in your shoes, and was like, "Oh," I'd be like, "Are you having a seizure right now? The fuck is actually happening?"
Right. Because
I'm sorry, the listeners can't see that my eyes are just bulging out my head.
Oh, and no, the worst one, the one that said to me the most by multiple people is that's the tea. We've discussed it.
We have. That gets me riled up. I just felt like my whole blood pressure inside my chest.
And see, there's issues in the world. There's issues of understanding in the world. So some people think that those are Cardi B phrases that Cardi B invented and does. But is this false?
That is false.
On a 20-year plus plan. Those have been drag speak for almost 3 decades, since the 80s. When we were in the drag culture, that was, honey, kiki, hunty, blah, 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 all that was there. All these new people just think that
it's brand new.
It's brand new. And it's like twerking. Twerking's been around forever. It wasn't called twerking, but it was around forever.
And sometimes that's it, right? Like, you just slap a new name on it and pretend like it's brand new.
It's brand new. It's marketing.
It is marketing.
I mean, there's this thing that no one's ever named. We got the butterfly. We got the Tootsie Roll. We got all these other dances. Got K-Wang. We got all these things, but no one has ever said that movement that you make with your hips and ass juice. Your jelly.
Yeah.
Never had a name, so twerk.
Crowd go wild. Crowds go wild. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on from the tea, because that just makes me violently
angry.
You
can't talk about the tea. That's the tea.
Squinting my eyes at you. I have to learn to verbalize all of my my dirty looks.
Just say things out loud. Don't even do the actions. Just say, it's when people say WTF.
It's instinctive. When you do something ridiculous, I stare at you.
Yeah, but also you get a show.
I know.
So you're getting more out of it. I need more from you.
You know what? Let us return to microaggressions.
Microaggressions.
Before the show turns into full-on aggressions, joy versus pie.
It's a beautiful Sunday here today.
Don't say that. What if people thought we would just record this first thing on whatever day of the week it gets released.
This is the only. You know how many people think that this is my job?
Like, this is the only job?
Well,
if only we got
I don't
paid
put
for
my
this.
other job, my actual job, on like social media and stuff like that.
Well, of course not, but like.
So like, but people know that I work there. But like, some people when they're like talking on dating apps, are like, "So you're a podcaster and like, what is that? Your full-time job? Like what?
Oh, if they
If our full-time
how...
job took 30 fucking minutes a week, excuse me, cash, please.
Right.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if this involved receiving money in any way, but it does not. We would be ecstatic.
No, we would not.
We do it for the purity of art.
We do that. We're art or artsy. From art break to hate. Anyway, back to microaggressions.
Yes.
So, what you got?
Well, yeah. So I've given you the one like, oh, your voice, like that's definitely a lot of that. It's like, my favorite microaggression. By favorite, I mean the worst is articulate. Articulate makes me so blindingly angry. Yeah. I can't even remotely go into it. Because here's the thing about articulate. Articulate is always used to describe somebody black. Just always.
Always.
1 out of 100 times, maybe it's a different, like it's a Latina or something, but...
Or if they have autism.
No, not even then.
Oh, okay.
Not even then. Articulate always, and it's always so ridiculous because it's always somebody. It's just like
in a power position.
Yeah, it's always somebody who, of course, of course.
Can I just do it? Let's just reenact it right now so people at home can understand.
I mean, let if you want to, yeah.
Like this is one I have seen.
Okay.
We'll use you as the person, me as the other person.
That'd be great.
So, Joy.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that when you did that presentation today, you are so articulate.
That's the sound of my fist in your face. Yeah.
But it's that kind of thing. It's like they don't expect you to be able to speak good.
Yeah.
You speak better
I've gotten
or worse.
That. Somebody told me that about the second job I had in my career, so out of college.
Mm-hmm.
I became friends
with an engineering degree.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I became friends with my fellow coworker who had the same title as me, and he was, telling me I don't forget how we got to this one day. We were talking about the thing, and he said, "Yeah, they really loved you. I sat in on the committee that did it, and our boss just kept talking about how articulate you were." And I was like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, of course I'm articulate. I've been an engineer for the past 5 years.
Right.
I graduated from, you know what I mean?
Like what? I don't understand what they. I guess they expect you to speak like a black person in an '80s movie or something like that, from the street.
Just I
don't know if that's the.
And the thing is, the idea that people have about how black people speak, a lot of it is from movies and things. And guess who casts that and who
White
encourages
people.
that
Have you ever
talk?
seen Hollywood Shuffle, everyone? If you've not seen Hollywood Shuffle, you've seen Hollywood Shuffle, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
where they have that whole scene where they're teaching white guys are teaching black guys how to talk.
Yeah, it's a known thing that it's not even just black people. It's you can hear all kinds of comedians, actors, everybody talk about how they've been in a casting room and been told, can you blacken it up, or can you can you sound more ethnic? Yeah. Can you sound, which usually means, can you sound more Latinx?
Yeah.
Can you, you know what I mean? Can you have more of an accent? Can you know what I mean?
Because that's a specific. They're trying to present a specific story, and that plays into the story that white America needs to see in order for white America to be happy with their storylines. Yeah. That way, if they didn't write things like that, anybody could play any role. Shockingly.
Right.
They're actors, and that's just like black female James Bond. Yes, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So articulate is.
I know a girl named James. What the fuck?
Actually, it's true. I know multiple. But anyways, yeah. The thing is, articulate has to die. Okay, because it specifically means oh, here you are of a different race, and I didn't expect you to be able to use English in properly.
Right.
So I need that to die.
Or it's like assuming that someone who's Latinx is automatically bilingual. Or,
right.
I mean, that doesn't, I mean, yeah. Or assuming they can speak Portuguese whenever they speak Spanish.
Say, that goes into a whole nother level of assuming somebody can speak a language and you don't really know what ethnicity, what race they are.
Yeah, because that happens.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but it happens.
Yeah.
That's like not knowing that
we've
talked about it before.
With Asian
yes,
people
absolutely.
Especially, like,
can you translate this Chinese?
Like,
oh, sure. Let me get Google on that because I'm from Taiwan.
Right.
Wait, Taiwan is Chinese.
No, it's because I'm Korean.
Right.
Japanese.
I was trying to reach. Yeah, and like we've talked about before, as far as like, some people who live in the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico are presenting, you would think they were black.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I've never asked someone how they identify.
And different people identify differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there are definitely people from, multiple countries, like Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, who would say, "Oh, I identify as Latin only, or I identify as black, or I'm Afro, Latin." And so it's going back to step one, which is never assume.
Right.
Let's start there.
Well, that's the thing is like I recently read something about colleges trying to get African Americans to have an authentic African American experience on college campus. Not like, not authentic and however white people think, but just authentic and like making it feel like it's something they can do. And my first thought on that subject is, how about not calling them African Americans to begin with?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like disenfranchised. They don't even like. A lot of black people do not say African American.
We just don't.
Because it's basically a white handed down safe term.
Well, because the thing is, it's another differentiation. Just point out how different you are, right? White people don't ever say, "I'm European American." You know what I mean? They assume that they can just say American.
Right. Which is wrong anyway, because there are 3 different areas of America: South, North, Central.
Yeah.
So like,
or better yet, because the idea is that you're okay. So this is where it gets mixed, because when you say you're American, you're basically trying to say, "Oh, I'm native. I'm born here." Then it's like, no. Once again, we have those, and they're
right.
Native Americans or First Nation. You know what I mean? So it gets into all of that, but it gets into very much we're the main ones. You're the odd person out, and that's why most black people that I know do not use African American. So.
Well, it also has a lot of the connotation of African American from what I've had discussions, not from my experience, obviously as a white guy, but that already means that you're educated, that there are things that, because that's an academic term, that there is something that people just can't connect with because it's like the African American experience.
Okay.
And not like, I don't know. There's people who will tell you they're black one day and African American the next day, and that's perfectly fine to say, however you want to identify. But I feel that they would reach a broader group of people if they took away those terms.
Yeah.
That people can't.
I hear you. I think that in some ways, especially in the higher ed world, people are so afraid to, like, they're just trying so hard, overly hard, to be politically correct that sometimes they bypass common sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's like when people in an intellectual conversation will use the N-word because they're using it to illustrate the point of someone else being ignorant. But because they're taking a educated route that they feel that it's
Then it's not big.
justified to
Yeah, right.
punctuate
It's now
the
become okay.
situation.
Yeah.
Like, so it's never okay.
No.
Even if you're saying how dumb someone else sounded when they said that word, it's still not okay.
Mm-mm. We don't need you to illustrate, please and thank you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's to me. Long story short, articulate. Never. No more. No mas.
So no artsy for me. No articulate for Joy.
There it is. Any other final
I mean, you could
thoughts?
say you're so creative. Brilliant comes to mind. Outstanding, amazing.
How do you feel about genius? Because genius could be a good thing, but can be slander too. Like, why aren't you such a genius?
Well, see, because genius is used negatively and positively.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
so
you never really know.
Yeah, so you don't want to be called a genius.
It used to be just a good thing, and then we took
they
it
were like,
we've tarnished
way
it.
to fuck it up, genius.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's an American thing too,
nothing
right?
stays pure forever.
Right. We have to take that. Anybody who has education, we have to put them down as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think that's illustrating that they're not a genius, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Next time you address me in my tongue pop.
Okay. I'll work on that.
So, do you have any other examples of microaggressions?
Not off the top of my head that won't induce rage and anger, but I guess I was going to go the route of kind of summarizing.
Oh, summarizing.
You know what I mean? Like, because just in case, we never really gave a full description of microaggression, but I feel that through our examples, you get what it means if you didn't already know.
Right.
Because it's something that's gone on forever. It's just now got this new fancy name of microaggression.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah, we did. But what if we have new listeners? Oh my goodness.
Go, girl. Thanks for listening, y'all.
That wasn't even, though, so you don't even get to take that on. That was like the way I actually talk. Thank y'all. Anyhow, yeah, so the thing is, the problem is that you have to watch all of the prejudice and bias that you have in your head, because then it comes out in statements that to you might seem innocent. You know what I mean?
Right.
But really have some kind of implication.
Because that's the difference,
to someone else,
right?
Based on their race or their sexual orientation. You know what I mean? So
right. So, yeah, because microaggressions aren't out and out racism. We all know what that looks like.
Oh, yeah. That's completely different.
And so these are the ones that are kind of hidden.
Right.
And sometimes people don't even realize that they're that stupid, like the things that they say.
Yes.
Because that's what they've believed their entire lives. And I mean, it's like racism, essentially, that you believe these stereotypes about people, that people automatically do this, that, or the other.
Well, it's like articulate. People think that's a compliment. And in the same breath will go, I mean, the thing is that you're different.
Yeah.
Which implies
that I can't have the same brain as you. Or
well, no, like... No, I'm talking about when people are like, you are so different, and it's really been great to know you because all the things you do. So it's basically saying, you're different than every other person of your race, which you don't even know anybody else of my race. Let's start there. Implying you're so much better, you're so much closer to me than I thought you would be.
Well, and then there's the people who, I think they physically masturbate to the thought of knowing someone of another race for the first time in their 82 years. Where they finally meet, you're such a sweet black girl, or I don't know. But, I think some people really take that home and be like, oh, I was talking to Joy today. Oh, the black girl in her office? And she said the funniest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know she liked classical music. She's so articulate and learned. I want that tattooed on your arm right now.
Oh,
articulate.
Yeah, articulate. Yeah. Never gonna happen. Anyways.
So, Yeah, if lessons can be learned today, think about things that you say about people that might be a thought that came from someplace else that might not be accurate for 100% of the population of those people.
Mm-hmm.
And also, people are people, so like instead of calling them like undocumented, it's undocumented person. Like I don't know, it just sounds dirtier to me.
Yeah. I just
Individuals. Use those words.
Exactly. It's like why does that even need to come up? Honestly.
I mean, you know how people are.
I do, but in your day-to-day discussions and everything, like whether somebody's documented or not, their their status as a citizen is really not pertinent to any daily things that you're doing. It's just not.
No.
So leave it alone. Don't spill any tea.
Don't say illegals either.
Just
That'll
stay on
drive me
coffee
absolutely
only.
fucking crazy.
No tea, no articulations,
No tea,
illegals,
no artsy.
none of that. Just
don't even
no
say
geniuses.
the N-word.
Don't even. We shouldn't. That's like number one.
Well, you know those are aggressions that people don't put out there.
The full-on aggression.
The thought in their head aggression.
Oh, I gotcha.
And remember that to be beautiful and natural is the birthright of every woman. And I wish you all loads and loads of loveliness and good luck.